The goal of proficiency live fire training of Air Force personnel is to refresh and familiarize members with how to properly engage a threat when deadly force is required. An annual requirement for some and periodic training for others, depending on their actual career field. The 914th Combat Arms Team trains unit members and facilitates local units of the New York Air National Guard, Coast Guard, and Customs and Border Protection in small arms training. Approximately 225,000 spent rounds of ammunition a year are turned over to munitions. That excludes rounds from local Army units, adding to a recycling program which turns the brass and metal into cash for the unit. The empty rounds come back to munitions. It goes onto pallets and then sorted into frangible, ball ammo, and blank ammo. It is then transferred onto a sorting table, removing ammo links, any debris, and especially any live rounds. The live rounds are then taken out and brought back to accountability so that it can be fired off again. Not only brass, but steel and other metals are collected.
Basically what we have here is steel links. Whenever a unit comes in, they usually bring it in their wooden boxes or a metal can. And basically we sort through it to make sure there's no brass or no live ammo in it. And then we put it in this big old hopper. Just steel goes in here, nothing else. And then when it gets full like this, we'll get a forklift and we take it down to the metal dump.
Containers of spent rounds are sealed and certified, so there is no chance of a live round going through the deformer, which literally deforms the empty rounds so it cannot be reloaded again.
Then we do an inspection process, verify they're all empty. Once we do that, we get them transported down here via forklift. And again, as we're prepping them to get them into the deformer, we again do another quick inspection, make sure there's nothing else live in there. Once that's all set, we go through and, as you see, we pour them into the deformer, ensure that everything goes in the slow process so nothing bogs down. And then the end result is what you see here with the deformed brass, and which we turn in to bring money back to the base.
Each barrel is weighed individually and documented for accuracy. The amount of dollars that comes back to the unit varies depending on the weight and type of material being recycled and the current market value. The idea for this tax-saving program began about 5 years ago.
2017, 2018, that's when the idea started. Munitions initiated the thought, and they were big proponents of bringing a deformer here on base, but without the means of disposing it or recycling of it properly in accordance with the federal, state, and Air Force regulations, it wouldn't have been feasible to do so. So over years, a couple of years, I worked with Munitions to basically start an innovative process to add recycling of the deformed brass to our integrated solid waste management contract. And ever since then, in 2020, it has been working out fantastic.
The funds generated for this recycling program basically pays for itself. There are usually 2 shipments a year, totaling about $30,000. I'm Peter Borys at the Niagara Falls Air Reserve Station, New York.